Hi everyone. In this video we're going to learn how to set up a PoE PTZ camera far away from our data source with a 300 meter extension kit. So imagine our PoE PTZ camera is about 300 and 400 meters out. When we want to set this camera up, we're going to have to solve two issues first. First one is the transmission issue. The PoE technology can transmit power and data through one single Ethernet cable, but a normal transmission is regularly limited to 100 meters. If we want to extend this distance, we need to use some devices, such as like extenders or PoE powered switches. Also, we need to figure out if the power is enough, which is our second issue. If we don't have enough power at the origin, then the power loss during the transmission will be too great and we will not have enough power to power up the IP device at the terminal. So, for our distance and power, we're going to talk about which kind of devices we can use. So let's talk about the distance first. You can see I have two 1 input, 1 output PoE extenders here. For those who might understand this a little bit, you know that we can daisy chain these two and create about 300 meters. But 300 meters is not long enough because we might want to go to 400, so it's going to be over 300 meters. In this case, do we need to add one more? Well, adding one more doesn't really work because these can only daisy chain up to 300 meters. Although we do have a very special technique. We can turn the initial extender and face the input port to the second extender's input port. So basically, the data will travel from, the PoE signal will travel from this end, come inside, and during these two ends, the input ports, this will create a 300 meter transmission. And then at this end, the output port will output another 100 meters. So we will basically have 100 meters here, 300 meters in the middle, and 100 meters right here. That would give us a total of 500 meters in that case, which is more than enough for our PTZ camera. So now we've figured out how to send our PoE signal that far away. And then we're going to have to go and see about the power. Well, PTZ cameras require a lot of power to function properly because it has motors inside and a lot of other different features like night vision and also zooming. So then we would recommend to use a 95 watts high power PoE injector. This injector can boost up the power sent to our PTZ camera. So then we will have more than enough for our camera to function properly. Even with some buffers, it will still be okay. And since we're using an injector, we can just connect it to our regular home-based data, like our router. So let's talk about the procedures once we've sorted and finished all the issues. So we're going to use our router as our data source, transmit the data to our injector, then the injector will be the origin of our PoE signal. The injector will inject PoE signals through the Ethernet cable to our 300 meter extension kit right here. So between the injector and our PTZ camera, we can get a total of 500 meters. And after that, back the signal will reach our PTZ camera. So really simple. Now let's take a look at the procedures. First, use a short patch cord, connect the router to our injector. And remember, the data goes to the injector at the Ethernet port. This is where the data goes in. And then use an Ethernet cable. This section can go up to 100 meters, so whatever length you like, it's okay. Then the first extender, we put the Ethernet cable connected to the injector in the output port. So in this case, the two input ports are facing together later. And then we use a long Ethernet cable. In this case, I'm just going to use a 10 meters to simulate like 300 meters. And connect the first input port to the second input port. And after that, we have our last Ethernet cable connected to the output port. And then connect to our PTZ camera. And once it's connected, our PTZ camera should be able to and once it's connected, our PTZ camera should be able to self-diagnose because it has received power. And you can see it's self-diagnosing right now. And this means this whole connection is successful. Now that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave them at the section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.